Hey there. It's a Saturday morning. I was just walking around my office here out in the basement and everything. And I was just like thinking. I was just thinking about a lot of different things. And then I remembered that I have a second YouTube channel that genuinely I appreciate everyone that watches. But the literal reason that I made the second channel was so I could just turn on the camera, talk, show some things on my screen, literally just raw and authentically speak into it and not fuck up the algorithm on my main channel that is like more niched. And I'm like, okay, that's amazing. Let's do that because that makes more sense than just talking to myself and thinking about all this stuff and just not actually getting anything kind of like at least constructed or whatever. And genuinely, when I turn on these lights and I turn on this camera, I just am a much more productive individual. I feel like. I don't know why. Should probably note that. But I was talking to myself like I often do, not in a crazy way, I don't think, but just like kind of like going through the things, um, just talking out loud, thinking out loud. And I am just in this weird transitional period now that I've created for myself. And I just I figured I would document it because why not? I have ChatGPT pulled up on the screen. I'll flip over to a second. I have the tasks list thing that I use and kind of like a kind of a calendar view. I have 30 minutes to an hour before I got to go play some ball hockey. And I just wanted to sit here and I wanted to hopefully do a couple things. One, clear my mind, get a little bit more defined on the things that I'm doing, and hopefully provide you some value too. Maybe there's some things you can pick up here because I do think I have a solid. I'm a systems guy, and I've played around with many different ways of trying to just get shit done. Realistically, you could turn this video off after I say the next thing. It's very simple. Just fucking do the shit. It's really not that complex. Unfortunately, I am a human. I think many of you are human, and there's a level of emotion that just always comes into play. If you're doing things that you hate and you're not like the guru motherfuckers on YouTube that tell you just like do the shit that you hate constantly forever, then you if you're doing that, then you might actually start to like hate your life and you might start to hate like the things that you're doing or whatever. Now, I wouldn't say I'm at that point. I'm very blessed that every aspect of my life is quite good. There's just things that I'd like to improve, and specifically scaling the business is like kind of literally the main and one of the only ones. So that is my goal and that is my thing. And I've made some decisions if you've been following recently that were like, all right, well, I need to do them. I've made more work for myself. I've made more work in Motive 11 land. I've made more work in Fueled by Progress, like with all that. So yeah, I don't really know the exact point of what I'm doing here. I just want to show you some stuff and do some thinking. And yeah. So let's just do it. All right, so we're on ChatGPT here. I'll start off with some high level stuff. This is partially how I run my life with some of these things, like with the tasks. So not too long ago, I went from a different. I was doing kind of just like I don't know what the hell I was doing. I've always had lists. My mother always instilled within me like lists, and I think it's more beneficial than it is detrimental to have some idea of what the hell you're doing in like list format. So I'll just explain kind of like the most recent iteration of this, which it has helped. Um, but I don't know. I've gone back and forth on like a routine and like time blocking and all that versus just kind of going with the flow. And I haven't fully fleshed it out yet because I used to try to do a time blocking situation, and I just like when you're in the flow state of something, then you're gonna break the time blocks, and then when you don't feel like doing something, it's like it's a weird situation. So, but anyway, this is the high level on the task list. You need to have some sort of checkable thing, right? Like a calendar. We'll talk about that in a second. A calendar is obviously important. If you're not sending calendar invites to your fucking clients or your just anybody you're talking to, please, for the love of God, use a goddamn calendar, please. It's bad, but I have like today's tasks, and then I have like important and urgent, and then important and not urgent. And then these other ones are like random thoughts that I had because I just wanted a quick place to dump things in. This was mostly when I'm still doing the daily updates, but I also Just like if something comes to my head, I need to write it down. Like even like if I'm about to fall asleep, I need to write it down somewhere quick. So there's a lot of stuff there that we could talk about in future videos or whatever. And then I had this other one over here. This was before I started doing this thing, which I'll show you in the calendar view, is like every day. Like I had, you have some things in your life where when you get to a point, especially me, when like I'm turning 30 here in January, like I want to have some sort of blueprint or like routine to my day. It doesn't need to be down to the minute, but I was like, the first thing that I did over here was like, okay, I want to do this teeth regimen thing. I want to do like the baking soda, like the natural thing. Like that was one random thing I put in there, like weigh myself, drink, a bunch of water, 100 grams, 180 grams of protein, like all these things. Then I was like, okay, well, this is cool, but this isn't going to help me. First of all, this is also, I probably didn't say this is Google Tasks. I use Google Tasks, Google Calendar, all that. And it's nice that it integrates and it's, nice together. But the problem is that, you know, uh, it's not, you can't just have a task list like this and then check one of these off because then you're shit out of luck for the next day. So what I ended up doing, kind of like the second iteration of that is this, which is today's tasks. And these are in the calendar. These are like baked in. So if we go over here, obviously my calendar has events on it, but I try to show you everything, but I'm not going to show you like every event on my whole fucking calendar. There's like multiple layers here, everything like that. But this is one way that I was doing this, right? So and this is currently, like this is next week as an example. It's like, all right, so when I devised my kind of like daily routine, it was like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep, somewhere around, I had sleep in here at one point, but like I had sleep at like, 10 o'clock or something. Then I wake up and I have my mix my creatine and I go for a walk just around the neighborhood. Okay, then I come back, brush my teeth, and then I message a prospect, message a sponsor, film some content. Monday it's business bookkeeping, but each one of these is kind of like pretty similar. Like you can see a lot of overlap with a lot of this stuff. And these are just, again, these are pulled from the things that I wanted to accomplish every day, but then I had to actually put them down in like a timeline of when I wanted to do them. So then it would pop up every day and it would be in order and could just go through and I could check everything off. And then I quickly realized that like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking bad at getting certain things done. Like I've gotten a lot of things done in my life, but maybe I'm just bad against, like it's just hard to do this every day. Like it's hard to, like the creatine the walk thing, that's whatever, brush teeth obviously, like but the other shit is just like I like the idea of having a list and just going through like that. But then it's like, okay, well, now you have to be like, I don't know. A lot of this is obviously a lot of this channel stuff is kind of like me working through these things, and it's going to sound like venting, but it's also me trying to understand like how the fuck to actually scale and get better. Um I genuinely do not understand still to this day like how anybody gets the amount of shit that they get done that they claim on the internet. I have no fucking idea. I always reference Nick Sarayev, like the dude. I mean, he works 4 hours a day or whatever he says, and he makes $400,000 a month. And it's like, God bless you, that's amazing. But I genuinely don't understand. It has to. It actually probably has nothing to do with this. Is where I'm kind of at now. It has fully to do with like the fact that it's just so specific that you could only like, you don't even need to think about this, because where I'm at in my current trajectory is I'm even thinking about work down here in the day, which is not where you should be fucking thinking about work, like at all. Like, especially, as you like potentially build a family or whatever, like there's no fucking way that I can be thinking about all this shit down here. There's going to be so many other things that are going to happen here. And again, I'm just talking about like the 5 o'clock hour and on. Like, there's gonna be so many fucking things that are gonna happen there that there's no way that I can do this. And I'm seeing the writing on the wall, and it's like there's just no fucking way. So that's why I'm trying to pack this area and do this stuff. But again, it's like, you know, what are we even doing here? Are we, yeah, we're prospecting, we're doing this stuff, but then where do we do the fucking work? You know? So I mean, maybe in here, but like, I don't know about you guys, but like this part of my day right here is actually fucking useless a lot of times, especially for me. Like, again, I genuinely am just trying to figure out a lot of things. And I know it sounds like I'm venting. I spend a reasonable amount of time in my kitchen because I'm cooking like potatoes and steak and whatever. And that's important. Like, that's another important part of me. I've been doing that since, April. The Whole Foods, like, 80% of the time diet. Like, that is definitely the way that I wanna go and continue my life, and it's been extremely beneficial. But that's also a trade-off, like, you have to be able to, like, afford that food, you have to be able to afford the time to cook that food, and those 2 fucking things, like, start to add up. So the only way to fix that is to make even more money and then have somebody else cook that for me, or have, like, my wife cook that for me or whatever, which she does, again, help out, and she's doing a bunch of other stuff, she's cooking different foods. But my point is, like, I'm just trying to this sounds like these are stupid, like, problems, but, like, I just don't know how to fix them. So which is why I go to ChatGPT a lot with these types of things. Because I think the whole thing here is that I've been on this trajectory of trying to be more concise with the things that I'm doing, and more, like, tight with the things that I'm doing. And it's worked over the course of 5, 6, 7 years, but I feel like it's gotta even continue. It's just like I have so many opportunities, and I don't know which ones to kinda take. Like, I have media opportunities, and I have service agency opportunities, and then I also have consulting education opportunities. And if you think about it, it's like probably the best one is consulting and education, because media is fucking annoying because I wanna just be able to talk and not give a fuck what anybody, like, thinks about what I say, or has input on what the fuck I'm saying, like, so, and then the service side is nice as well, but it's just so taxing. So it's like I can't be doing all that work because it doesn't make any sense, and it's impossible to, like, be doing all that work without, I don't know, with and scale. Like, you need a team. And I'm already doing that, but it's still, it's just not what you should be doing, I feel like. So yeah, but anyway, that's kind of the way that I've done this, trying to work out 3 days a week, and then obviously there'd be, like, hockey and shit and all these other things in here, but yeah, I mean, it's like you have nutrition slash health, you have your work, you have your family, other pillars would be like spiritual and all this other stuff, but, like, you have all these things, and it's like you're trying to cram them in. So this is not a unique problem to me. It's just something that I'm kind of noticing and thinking about all the time here. But as we transition, okay, it's like, so we have that, and then we have these other things that we're doing here. We got, like, non-urgent things, which is another thing that I have no idea how to do. It's a skill that I completely lack. I know how to put shit on a list. I know how to, like, brainstorm and think about stuff, but then, like, prioritization of them, it's like I have no idea what variable to set the prioritization on. It's probably, like, money, obviously. Um, like, which one brings in the most money, or which one is a part of an active thing or whatever. So, but, like, it's just like almost everything in my life, I feel like is has some level of importance. I just don't know how to set priorities. I mean, I do in some cases, but, like, the amount of shit that I have, it's just, yeah, it's kind of weird. So yeah, so I have things that I need to do here, and then I have these other things that's like, I'd like to get those done, but they're, like, overall they like super important. I don't know. So I got to figure that out. That's another skill that I fully do not have put together yet. Um, yeah. And then, I mean, my other plan was kind of just go like this, and be like, okay, what the fuck do I actually need to do? Like, what are my things that I care about? And I actually hate this UI because I'm not gonna be able to, like, move shit around. I was gonna use Google Keep, um, but Google, I don't know, whatever. I'll just start it here. But, like, it's like, so you have, and how specific do I get with this, right? So it's like I have, like, I want to record fueled by progress. So I'm just gonna say, like, FBP episodes, right? So, like, I want to record FBP episodes, and this is in no particular order yet. So it's like I want to do that. All right. Well, I also want to. I also need to film videos on my main channel. Now, these aren't. This is here's the thing. Like, this isn't. I'm not creating, like, another task list here. I'm creating like what I would love to create is a system, like a little bit of a followable system for my life, which, maybe the problem is that I have too many fucking things going on. Still, obviously, potentially an issue, but I haven't been able to navigate that yet. I haven't been able to figure that out. Um, I feel like I'm on the case though, because, so like another one is like film videos for second channel, right? Now, this one is like literally something I'm doing at this moment. It's like this is like I feel like this isn't like n- it's not, I don't want to say it's productive or whatever, but like it's like necessary. If I don't do this, then like it's almost like a creative outlet that I need, or like an out, just like not even creative. I don't feel like it's just like it's an outlet to talk that I need. And even if nobody watches it, it's like it's there, it's documented, it's fine, whatever. I don't care. Like, so that's another one. Um and then, so then I need to um service Motive 11 clients, right? And each one of these can kind of like be broken down. Like I've pretty much started at the highest level here you could possibly think of, right? Because it's like, and I've done this before, and I've just done it. Like here's the thing, like all this shit is like so similar to me. Like these are videos about pretty much like in pseudo about the stuff that I'm doing here, and it's like I need a little bit more of a funnel. And then like FPP episodes are kind of like all sort of intertwined as well, like conversations with people. But it's similar to the second channel because I'm just talking, it's like I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like a possible better way to do it is like this as well. So it's like Samansky Media, and then um, like I don't know. This used to be so much worse, so we've gotten so much better. Um, but if I could spell the word channel, um, but this is kind of a better way to think about this, is like per entity almost. So this is like an LLC and this is an LLC, right? So it's like anything that like what goes through here, and then how deep can we get? So in this area, it's like main channel, second channel, fueled by progress. It's also really like consulting in a way. But honestly, like that's difficult because like over here I kind of have like consulting. It's like I don't want to like name all of the fucking things that I'm trying to do here. I do want to keep it high level, but it's like kind of just like I'm trying to just establish a framework. Again, you saw the tasks there. I have another sheet of paper here that's like random shit. It's like, you know, replying to people, getting offers out to people, redoing fucking logos and shit, which I don't, that's not something that I need to do myself. I'm totally past that point that I feel like I need to do it myself, but it needs to get done. And I'm the only person that's going to make sure that it gets done. Either me or, me doing it or somebody else doing it. Um, it's just a bunch of shit like that. So it's, this is mostly media. But it's also, there also is a level of consulting because, like, again, I get random DMs from this stuff. Like, this stuff is lead generation, especially obviously the main channel. But like but this stuff is lead generation. Like the stuff that I talked about on that main channel. And if I continue to talk about the shit on the main channel, like I just got a lead here recently from the dynamic data, the data structure stuff that I got. I got another lead recently from like the Google Knowledge Panel shit that I talked about one fucking time. I get other leads from the client portal stuff, right? So it's like I should even actually like write that. So like data architecture that I can't spell, and then like client portal. And I'm gonna write this stuff down because these are like again the biggest things that I've gotten people to talk about. And I should probably lean in to this stuff because people are interested in like these types of things, like WP, data architecture, client portal, whatever. And again, like those are the three big ones. So that's like a big thing there. And then this is just kind of like, I don't know, documenting and like like off-topic videos, right? And then those are conversations. And the consulting is like, I don't know. I mean, I've had some people, one-off consult, but it's like this is I'm establishing again like a good system. It's just not thriving. Because down here, like it gets muddy. Like this is this is rough. It's like service. I don't want to say like services. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just do it like this. It's like so. Like I'm just gonna say like website creation. Okay. Like we could create websites. Okay. We could. We've created websites. We have managed websites. Managed. Website management. Okay. We can run ads. So like ad management. We can do like systems, like systems operations or systems optimization, something like that. And this needs to get better. Obviously, I'm like, if I'm struggling to like write all these things down, like we should do that. And then obviously the counter argument is I like, there's no fucking answers to any of this stuff. I'm just trying to, dump my brain onto this fucking document right now because it's one of those days and weeks where I just like, there's a lot of opportunities and there's so much money. Like there's so much money out there and I'm so fucking capable and I just want to get this, like, I want to keep moving this in the right direction of like inputs, generating the right outputs. And in order to do that, I feel that I need to kind of I need to know what this is, right? Like I need to like build the new website obviously for this. And it needs to be rooted in like an actual fucking offer and offers. So the one thing, it's kind of an aside. I don't know where I guess I'll put it down here, but like the one thing that I've never done, I've had it, but I've never actually done it is like DIY, DWY, DFY. I am absolutely not the first person to think about this, but this is like I am consciously, subconsciously, like perfectly positioned to kind of offer this type of thing because I am providing value for my main channel. So I could be like, here's kind of like see some of the DIY stuff. I could even like, actually, honestly, it should probably be like this in all actuality. It's kind of like free offer. And then free offer is kind of like any content or like a lead magnet that, that's just free. And then DIY would be like a course, like let's use the client portal as an example. So free stuff is my YouTube videos and then maybe some like lead magnet. Honestly, I don't know. This doesn't need to get this crazy, but like I'll say like I'm making some of this up obviously. I'm just trying to think. Like so let's try this. Let's go like this. There's probably somebody who's made a better framework than me on this, but so like this is like content, right? And I'm gonna say LM. So that's like a lead magnet. This is what I want to build. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, so you have content. I'm already doing this, right? Let's use the client portal as an example. Content, boom. Okay, content. All right, so now there's content. It's out there. Great. If you want to take it one step further, you get a free lead magnet. Now, this is like these people you don't fucking know. You just see them as numbers, right? If you make a video about you make a client portal series like wpclientportal.co, right? You make a beautiful fucking series like this where everybody loves, gets 8,000 views here on the first video, and this isn't even fully. I never even fully finished like this one, but there's another video that's like 32,000 views that was built in fucking Elementor, and so you make something like that, right? That's the content. And then you come over here and you say, all right, free like lead magnet. Now, the lead magnet could be in that case, probably a bunch of different things. And I've just never thought about even like offering anything like that. But the goal here is to get somebody's email, like share some content with them, build some authority, be like, hey, this probably helped you. If you want a little bit more help, go over here, put your email in and get this thing. It's a resource, right? There's no It's scalable. There's nothing there. There's no service being provided, anything like that. Okay, then if you get that lead magnet, okay, now you're probably even like in deeper and thinking about more stuff. It's like, all right, well now, you're probably serious about building your own client portal, right? So it's like maybe the next offer up the rung is here's a course on how to build it. Now, in my fucking case, I already gave you that for free, so I'm an idiot. But then you have some sort of something that's like you're still gonna have to do the work yourself, but you're still gonna have to do the work yourself, but it does cost money, like whatever it is. Again, a course or something, and um, and that's a DIY. That's some sort of DIY offer. Generally, again, a course or another like a paid resource that would help you, a template, something, I don't know. And then this one gets a little sticky. I'm not really exactly sure what DWY would end up being. I feel like in this case, it would probably end up being more of like maybe a community or something, or I don't know, but something. And then DFY is um done for you is like literally fuck you. I'm just gonna do it I'll do it for you. You know what I mean? Just tell me what you want. I'll do it for you. Now the beautiful part about this is like this is actually here for most of the shit that I do. Like, and that's kind of cool. It's like if you get all the way up to this point, if you watch any of this stuff or see any of this stuff or whatever, it's like, okay, you just want me to do it? Okay, well, we're gonna charge you a lot, but we're gonna do it over here. Um, so that's kind of the way that I'm kind of thinking about it. Now, probably don't need to have this whole system built out and like every single one of these, but I think one of my main problems that I've had in my life is I get opportunities. I've gotten a lot of opportunities. I put a lot of shit out there. I get a lot of opportunities in all these different facets, and it's like it's great and it's also kind of annoying, and I've squandered a lot of them because I've lost them because I don't like so there's this concept of like only working with rich people, right? Like people with money. I love the concept. In practice, you could definitely tune your business to be like that and tune your offers, your content, your ads, or whatever to go after those people. I just haven't done that yet, but I could do that. But the thing is, like, the other thing is, I do still think you're going to get leads from people that aren't those people. And you talk to Alex Hormozy or you hear Alex Hormozy and you're like, well, I only do free stuff or really expensive stuff. It's like, okay, buddy, appreciate that. Appreciate that insight. But those fucking people, not necessarily even in the middle, but the people that like just don't have a ton of money, they still do need serviced and you could make money from them. So it's like you either go, I guess the alternate is literally free, or I don't even understand. Again, just as a side tangent on the Alex Hormozy thing, like he's not even fucking offering, like he's offering like consulting and stuff, and his end goal is so different than everyone else's end goal because his fucking end goal is to literally, you're a business owner. He wants to invest in you or buy you. So his goal is to just pump you up like as a business, which in some ways is a similar goal as like a digital agency or something like that, but it's not exactly the same because my goal is to like help them grow and make money from them, not necessarily end up investing in them or buying them. So it's a little different. And it's like, I don't know. My point is that I've actually already kind of done this. Like, it's like if, oh, okay, stop it. There we go. It's like if you do this, that's fine, but you have to actually do it. Like you actually have to have like a really expensive offer and a really specific offer. And then you have to realize that like, okay, a lot of people are not going to take this. So you have to ask a bunch of people. Like again, the main reason that I've lost deals is because pretty much everything's been referral and I price my stuff at a price that they can't afford. And most of the time it's that like they want stuff, and then I think about how much time and energy it's gonna take, and then a lot of times I've undercut myself and undersold, and then I get it, and it's like, "This is the worst thing ever that I did this for so cheap." And then other times it's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna put it a little higher, because, I know how much effort it's gonna take." And then they're like, "No, we don't need all that, so no thanks." And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying you should close every lead you get. If you do, you're probably not charging enough, but my whole thing is like, I really want to try this route. I've never had like lead magnets. I've never had any sort of DIY offer. And I feel like these, especially when you're like a content guy, like this right here is like a really magic area to build a little bit of money, like revenue, but also build your list and also just continue this authority thing. I think about all the times like I wanted to do this initially when I first started the YouTube channel. Like I wanted to have like a resource library and stuff like that. And I just never prioritized that. I thought like, oh, the content in and of itself is great. It's enough. Well, hey, here's the problem with this. That's great that 9,000, this thing has 9,000 views. I don't know who any of those fucking people are. They probably got a ton of value from that tutorial, and I didn't offer them anything. I didn't push them through the funnel at all. Now, do they get here? No, probably not. Not like even probably like 5% of them. Did they get here with like some sort of community or some sort of something? Probably not. But like do I at least get their fucking information? Yeah, probably a lot of them. Do I at least get like maybe some of them to buy some sort of fucking template of a thing or something like that? Possibly, yeah. So it's just like I haven't done this and I don't know why. And I just want to do this more, especially now that I'm actually much more niche than I was 5 years ago when I had 6 LLCs doing all these different things. I'm at least like down to 2 now, like 2 main ones here. And I have a little bit of variation obviously in like what I'm talking about, the brand and the time. But, you know, again, this is literally brainstorm time mostly. This is we could talk about this more because this is an issue sort of, but this is like the money. This is the lead. I don't even really want to call it lead gen, but it is kind of lead gen. I'm gonna come back to in a second. Fueled by progress, just conversations with good people and networking, and then consulting here is just like a fallback for like oh, you want to buy some time with me? Okay, well you can buy some time with me. That's what that is, you know. And it's like I have no idea what else you want. It's like, oh, you want if you like if I find out that if they don't seem like they want a done for you solution, then they're coming here. Like you're paying me for your time if there's a low likelihood that you're gonna go DFY. If you're gonna go DFY, then we'll come over here and we'll do a free consultation. But you know, so but that's what I'm thinking about there. Now let's come back to this because this is a big bane of my existence this year in 2025, and it's been great. It's been good. It's been bad. It's been all in between. Extremely happy. I'm grateful. It's just I could talk about this for hours, and I don't have hours right now. But this is an issue. Like when you start a YouTube channel, and you're like, okay, you're gonna make videos and like this has changed drastically over the last like couple weeks here. You're gonna make videos and you're gonna do all this shit. Like it's such a slog fest. You have to start making videos for yourself effectively in a way to kind of like get you started or like a specific reason. And then I never had this reason at all up here. I never had this like I help statement or anything. And as you can see, like if you look at the videos, you probably have seen this before, but let me just show you because this is really important to kind of like understand. There's a clear time in here where, like I was fucking redoing my house, right? All on this channel. And then right here is 2 years ago. And then like just reframing the brand and stuff like that. And then these videos here, I think were actually all on the Find a Tech channel for a second. And then I was like, no, let me just put it all over here because everybody just uses their name now. So then I put all these over here, and this is where it all started right here. Like whatever time this was, this is when it all started in the WordPress community space, like being a WordPress adjacent content creator. So we started just like, but like, I need to even like remind myself, why did I start making these videos? I started making these videos because I knew shit and I was watching shit and I was like, I know slightly more shit or more niche stuff than these people are telling me, or I know like I don't agree with everything they're saying. And I kind of just want to, some of them I kind of want to tell you what I've done, but like this one is like I was doing a project and I found out that how I could do something, and I was like, all right, well, let me just show you how to do that. And that's that right there. This is an example right here. And you can tell literally just by the view count. Like this one right here, this one right here. Um, some of them are bullshit because, like, the other thing you have to realize is some people just don't sometimes it's not packaged well, but some people don't give a fuck. Like, the thing in this industry is in this niche is, like, people care so much about the the fucking technical stuff. They don't really care. Like, this is a good video right here. Like, I mean, I'm in my, fucking bedroom studio, but, like, set expectations, deploy empathy, and be proactive. Like, that's something you should care about as a business owner, but a lot of people just, like, they'll just brush over that because they care more about how to easily separate CPT search results and Elementor. Now, I will say that through my trajectory, that kinda pissed me off a little bit, because I wanna talk more about the stuff that's, like, business-wise, but the thing that I've learned now from other people is you can't do that. Like, look how many stupid fucking views you get when you talk about, like, some ridiculous fucking thing here that is honestly not even the best way to do that anymore, and I still get people asking me about this, and people are happy, like, "Oh, you saved my project." It's like you step back and you're thinking just like, "Fuck, like, this is actually not that complicated." But it's like, at the same time, do you actually want to do that? Or, like, not even want, because want's a bad word, but, like, what's the goal? Like, what are you trying to become, like, as far as a niche and, like, a content creator, like, what are you trying to do? So I was just throwing all these videos on here. Again, 32,000 views on this client portal one. Like, and then, people see this and they're like, "Okay, well, how do you react to a video like that? Like, do you this is again, though, like talking about earlier, this is a perfect example. It's like they're either going to want to build it themselves. They probably came here looking to build it themselves or get some information. Okay. So then it's like, all right, well, now where do I take them? What do I do after that? Well, I mean, it got a lot of views. So then I created a tutorial series. Unfortunately, I kind of led them astray because this one was done in Elementor and the other one was done in Bricks, but the one in Bricks would have been like a way better product, because of all the shit that I had to put together to make this work. So I've just created like a lot of weirdness, a weird archive stuff. And then, some of the stuff is agency related. Some of it's like, pretty much nobody cares about, some of the other stuff. Like I tried to do this two thing, like, should you offer it? And then how could you do it if you did it? Right. You just got to look at it, man. It's so technical. Everyone fucking cares about the technical stuff. Like that's what you have to see. And I mean, another client portal video, apparently when I didn't shave my face, that's a bad look. But, yeah, everybody cares about the technical stuff. And it's just funny to me too. I'm gonna rant here for a second. It's funny, like, when everyone cares about the technical stuff, but, like, that not a lot of people are, like, really understand the technical stuff that deeply. And maybe that's why they're watching the videos. But it's like I actually genuinely wonder, like, how many people watch these client portal videos and then ended up even taking any steps to doing the client portal stuff. I don't know. I guess it's not my problem, but the thing is, it's not my problem because I appreciate the views, but I'm trying to understand the psychology and trying to understand how I can extract value or extract revenue from this. If I'm putting out this type of content, I'm going to get people that are in different parts of the life cycle, Again, like maybe they're watching the content. Cool. Well, there's definitely something I could offer them for free that they would go for, and then I'd have their email address, and then I could at least do something with that, as I have more offers, more things. Haven't done that, but maybe like 200 people on an email list max, you know. And it was never a lead magnet. It was all or any lead magnet at all. It was just sign up for the newsletter. So DIY is something that like most of those people would fall into. And if I could just figure out what to give them for a couple bucks, like I probably could have made, if I came up with something that I could have given these people for a couple bucks, I could have probably made a few grand at least, you know? So like these are the opportunities that I'm talking about where I want to treat the reason that I'm moving this stuff to the second channel is I want to treat this more like a business in a sense and more of a lead driving thing. And I just never thought that I should do that before, and I wasn't willing to because it's my name. But it doesn't matter. It's not about the fucking niche anymore. It's really not. It's not like it is going to be this, right? In a sense. Okay. Oops. Get out of there. It's going to be this in a sense, right? But it's going to be just like the stuff that I put on this channel. I need to have some sort of, again, journey that I can take these people on. like a lead magnet or at minimum, or some sort of DIY thing or some sort of something where I can get some level of money out of these people because I'm putting out so much good fucking content and it is creating a an increase in my authority, credibility to some degree. But I'm just not asking for fucking money. Like it's really that simple. I'm not giving people a way to pay me. I'm not forcing people to pay me. I'm just not giving them a way to pay me. So, an AdSense does not pay nearly as much as you think, maybe $100 a month max. So, so that's the thing. And like the travel vlog content, this event stuff, like that's another whole thing. I didn't even get into what I was talking about here. You know, I got to go soon, but like my main thing is like you just look at these videos, right? Just look at the view counts, look at how it compares. You know, this is one of the best series on fucking YouTube here, like the best like dynamic data stuff, and it should get more views, but it's still like it's higher than the other stuff that I talk about, right? And you know, you just look at it and you're like, there's a lot of really good value here. Um, and even with a small niched audience, I need to be better at telling people how to support the work and how to literally pay me. I don't know another way to say it. Like for value. I don't want to just be fucking donated to necessarily. That's not exactly what I'm talking about. I want this content to be free. But I can give you more value if you give me money. It's that simple. And I don't know why I haven't done it to this point. So again, if you just keep looking and then like here, I'll just this is the main thing I'm talking about. Right here, right? Right in this literally in this like region here, but you know, somewhere right around here ish kind of, you know, 10 months ago, a year ago is when we started to experiment, right? Because you really realistically you only need to have like a year's worth max, probably less than that really, but you know, depending on what you're talking about, you don't need to make that much noise in an industry in a niche, especially like WordPress, that much before you start getting people knocking on your door to pay you money or considering it, or you could just pitch people. But like right around this area is where it started happening, right? And it's like, okay, Bentos, you know, channel sponsor. There's some other sponsor spots like in some of these videos, but that's when it starts to get weird because now it goes from making content specifically that I want to put out into the world and talk about and think that it would help people to, okay, now I'm going to make content because like genuinely interested in products still, but like they're paying me to do so. Right. So you'll see some like, you know, videos that are sponsored in a way of like, oh, I'm talking about these things because I'm interested, but also I was paid. Those are called dedicated videos. Now, I'm giving you the inside scoop because I'm authentic as it comes. All right, and I hope you appreciate it. So, like that is where the journey has led me to that, and some of the like the event content, which again I like doing, and we're there, so we might as well like kind of talk about it and stuff. Um, but it just doesn't like you know you look at those videos, especially the event videos, and you look at this studio video and it's like that doesn't do this. And again, like this is what I came up with ChatGPT in a little bit, right? But it doesn't do this. And if it doesn't do this, it can't belong on the channel anymore. It belongs on channel 2. So, um that's pretty much the overall story. It's like there's so much that I want to say and I'm never going to stop wanting to say it. But I need to be way more specific. You can tell like literally right here is where like, you know, it starts to kind of go like sideways a little bit too. And again, it's still all good content. People should want even though I look like a ghost here. Like people should like I'm not going to say people should want to watch it, but like there is value in these things, right? But it's like it's not properly placed and I just want to be like a little bit more specific now moving forward. So that's what my goal is on this channel. And honestly, again, I'm going to say this and then I'll probably wrap here. The goal, if we come back here, the goal with this is to make my own money. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to do integrations. I'm not going to do sponsorships. I have some that I still need to continue to do, but I need to get back to way less dedicated videos because they're honest to God, I don't want to say they're not worth it, but they're pretty much not worth it. Like it's such a slog fest to get it done. It's it's a nightmare on in most accounts because that's a whole nother topic for a different video probably on this channel because I will continue to share that with you because I think it's important. These companies, they don't understand. A lot of them, I'm generalizing, but a lot of them they don't understand that like they need the value that the creator provides is that they need to show their authentic thoughts on the product because the viewers of the channel, the people that watch all the time, don't want to hear bullshit. They don't want to hear, "Oh, it's the fucking best thing in the world. It has no problems." That's not what they want to hear. They would much rather hear, "Oh, it's really good. There's a couple things you might want to watch out for, but overall it's really good. And if you can deal with these two things, go grab it." You know what I mean? And get the discount and grab it. Like it's way better. I don't understand why, especially large companies, do not think like that. It's the perils of getting big, I guess. But I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good as a creator. It doesn't feel good as like a even a fucking business person to like deal with that. And then it doesn't feel good as somebody who wants to have an audience and have an audience for a long time and be authentic and everything. So I haven't done anything crazy. In that regard, I don't think I've sold anybody, down the river on anything that I've talked about. But it's gotten like in the wrong direction. So I'm just being candid with you. I'm not doing those fucking like dedicated type videos anymore, because it's not worth it unless it's something that like I really 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 enjoy, and I would have made a video on it anyway. It's not worth it. Integrations are totally different though, in my opinion, because if I'm going to make content, that's another way to make money, and it's like 30 seconds of your time, and you can skip it if you want. But if you like it, because I'm not gonna like shill random bullshit there. You can just go get a discount for it. So God bless. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of the thought process there. But mainly, it needs to be these types of topics. There's things that like actually help people, right? Like we saw in the banner, and it's gonna go a lot better. It's gonna go a lot better like that. Probably be like slightly less videos. Honest to God, there'll probably be the same amount of videos though, because I was kind of like tripping up on myself, like in this region, because I was like, "Oh, I don't know what to make. I don't know what to do, whatever." And some of these are shorts, but it's like, a video like this is pretty good. Um, and to kind of again bring it all back together, it's like I want to keep doing these things because I'm going to learn so much more as I continue to do things that I could just dump it back into here, you know? So like, lessons from Motive 11, if I could spell it, right? So yeah, so that's a big one there. And then just documenting other, like again, off topic stuff here, the conversations. And I think I had one other point that I wanted to make, but I'm losing it right now. But yeah, that's kind of the concept there. The main thing is just I'm just been a bad. I don't know if it's a bad salesman. I've been a bad call to actioner. There's no call to actions. Like there's none. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Every single other person, they put out good content, seems genuine, and then they have something for you to go fucking buy. And I'd have nothing for anybody to buy other than like build a website or consulting. And it's like those are so like or I have like the services, and then I have like, oh, some time with me. It's fucking dumb. Like I thought about getting, doing community, didn't really get great feedback on that. But I need these. I need these. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. This needs to happen. We need to have some sort of something. I'm going to study some other people's stuff, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to give you free shit to get on my email list, and I'm going to give you something else that's like a small amount of money to buy if you want to buy it. And it's yours, and you can keep it and whatever. And then again, not really sure where to go here. And then it's like, oh, you just want the stuff done. Oh, all right. Well, that's down here. And I'm still skeptical because I've seen so many different things of like how many actual leads you get for this at this, at like with this type of content. I just feel like everybody watching this is somebody that would like probably rather die than have somebody build their website for them most of the time. So it's like, if you're watching these ones, or maybe there's certain ones that you would watch that wouldn't that wouldn't be this way. But like if you're watching any of these ones, with Krayler as an example, it's like, are you really gonna hire Motive 11 to do that? I just started saying Motive 11. I'm saying like Motive 11 to do that. I don't think you are. I think you're gonna do it yourself. So it's like this one might help you. Maybe this one could help you if it was like again a community or consulting or something. But you're probably not gonna go here. So I'm always super skeptical and confused by that. And that's like a different topic for a different discussion. I'm not really relying on this apparatus to fuel the lead gen for this. I'm actually more so relying on this to create more credibility for this. Um, so that means that these leads generally are probably going to come from somewhere else. And where? I mean, it's mostly referral, maybe a little bit from here. And we got to figure out another way to generate leads here, which realistically, I know how to do it. It's it's different type of content. It's like it's content where instead of saying like here's how you do it, it's like here's how we do it and kind of why. And then you put that in front of people and it's like, okay, I get it now. Now that's okay. I understand. Where do I hire you to do this? But I don't know. It's kind of a weird middle ground. Realistically, you should probably tune some of the content to go that route instead of this. But I'm not exactly sure because this type of content being the teacher to your peers is it just comes way naturally to me, way more naturally to me. So I don't know, but that's all I got for now. I got to go. This has been this has been helpful, somewhat helpful for me. I mean, I didn't have that document before I did this. I know I didn't do any chat GPT or anything crazy, but I thought that was relatively good. Um, Hopefully that was somewhat helpful to you, or at least got you thinking a little bit. Appreciate if you watched the whole thing, or even if you didn't, appreciate you. And if you have any thoughts for me, again, I'm not good or bad with this fucking mentality. I'm not a god, like I think I'm pretty good with this. Like, and I know a lot of things and I need to keep like listing out the things that I am good at or the things that I have achieved. I think everyone should do that. But I'm not perfect. Like I'm on a journey. Maybe I'm a little further ahead of you, maybe I'm a little further behind you, whatever. Like, but we're all on a journey. So I'm never going to be the guy that's like, "Oh, I fucking know, have this all figured out." And that's probably going to be to my detriment in some ways, but I can't do that. I can't be the guy that has it all figured out everywhere. I have a lot of stuff somewhat figured out, but I don't obviously I don't have it all figured out. I'm fucking making YouTube videos on a second channel telling you that like, "Oh, I need to start asking people for money more." It's like, okay, obviously like listen to certain things more so than other things maybe that I say, and then later down the line maybe we can reconvene and be like, "Oh, I tried it. It fucking works. You should try it too." That's who I am. I can't change that. So, yeah, this has been helpful. Anytime I turn on the camera, it's generally helpful. So, I'm just going to keep doing it. So, that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.